Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you have to really think outside the box or think in terms of what other people would feel. It seems like a lot of times you feel like you feel like you're not allowed to do what you want. You feel like there's people always harping on you or people always saying things. That's because not all people are the same, so they really can't fathom how you be that way. I'm very energetic. I have a very strong personality. I have a very powerful kind of persona, and it's too much for a lot of people. But I have to really, but at some point you have to recognize, well, if it's too much for people, it doesn't mean you have to sacrifice or feel like you're not, doing what you want to do. Sometimes you have to really tone it down as a sign of respect. I mean, my energy levels I'm not going to tone down. I don't think that's necessarily what I'm going to do. But like, if you saw my live on TikTok the other night, it was very crazy. So I'm like, and that's not me, right? Like, people like me don't do that. I'm just very happy to be a person that's very responsible. I have a good job. I'm a car salesman, and I do all the things that I need to do. But people are like, well, how could you justify being overly aggressive or overly this, overly that? Well, I that's my persona, but I have to be mindful to some extent. I mean, I don't have to think about it all day, but I have to be mindful that there are people that are scared of me, right? Like I don't realize it because I'm so nice and so friendly and would never hurt anybody, but people don't know that about me, right? They don't know. If they see me running around like crazy, I can exercise for hours and hours and hours. I'm like a bodybuilder, as Marco, and I'm always Marco on my first one. So I'm like a bodybuilder. So people don't know that I'm very that I'm very kind. People don't know that, right? People think scary. My God, you're scary. They're not going to be thinking, oh my God, he seems so nice. When I'm running around doing all kinds of stuff, right? And I could run around still. I could do a lot of things. I mean, I can run around to some extent. But when it comes time to seeing people that are really upset, you have to really take that seriously. You can't be like, oh my God, why are they so upset? They hate on me. They hate on me, right? So you have to really focus on being able to recognize this and seeing, oh, okay, this is not making someone feel good. So you have to tone it down to some extent. I mean, I do understand we do have freedom of choice, we do have freedom of speech, we do have all these freedoms. But if you're impeding on other people's freedoms and you don't notice it, maybe you don't notice it, but you might be impeding on other people's freedoms and you really don't notice. I mean, I personally don't think I'm running around too much or doing whatever, but like I'll be at a place for like 5 hours running or walking fast, and it's not a gym. It's like a restaurant, and I don't notice, right? So you have to really be respectful of the people that are around. If someone's 90 years old, hey, maybe they were running around. Maybe they were a bodybuilder when they were young. Maybe they were intensely exercising. Maybe they were a superstar. Maybe they never complained at 20. Maybe they never complained at 30. Maybe they never complained at 60 because they were still a bodybuilder. But if they're not doing well at 90 or they're 90, you have to really understand they're not going to be, too keen on you running all over the place and just looking aggressive and angry, right? Not everyone knows that I have a YouTube channel. Not everyone knows I'm an entertainer and that's why I do these things. People don't know, right? So anyway, I really hope, I don't even know who's in the same boat. I never see anyone like me, really. I never really see anyone really doing the things that I do. I just find that I'm so in my own world a lot of times and don't notice. I don't notice people that are like me really, but there are people that are like me for sure, darling. I just don't see them very often. Anyway, thank you for watching. Totally enjoyed the show, darlings. Totally enjoyed the show. Bye now.